I just wanted to introduce my dad real quickly because I know some of you know who he is. I know a lot of you probably have not met or followed his career because you're here, and his district is Somerville, Cambridge, Chelsea, and most of Boston. But when I was 18 years old in 1998, he got elected to the seat he holds now at the 8th Congressional District. I just told you it's Somerville, Cambridge, Chelsea, and Boston. He's got a nice long record there, last 11 years. He's shown himself to be a real progressive Democrat, fighting for civil liberties, human rights, the environment, public education, and as of late, the healthcare reform. He's trying to get a strong public option in there. I really do think he's the best person to step into this role. He's going to know exactly what he's going to be doing day one when he gets there. I don't know if anybody else has the wherewithal to jump into this seat and do the job that Senator Kennedy has been doing for the last 47 years. And my dad certainly won't be able to be Senator Kennedy. He was a fantastic leader, and he was there for much longer than anybody who holds this seat will be there for. But all I know is for the first day on the job, I don't think anybody's going to be more prepared to continue the same fights along the same philosophy as Senator Kennedy did than my dad. So I'm going to stop now because I'm not my father, and you are not here to see me. But I just wanted to, again, say hello and thank you guys for coming down, and we'll be here now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Michael Capuano is currently serving his 6th term as the representative in Congress for Massachusetts 8th District. And he's currently a member of the House Committee on Transportation, Infrastructure, and Finance, the House Committee on Financial Services, and Committee on House Administration. He also serves in the House Democratic Leadership Team as a member of the Democratic Steering and Policy Committee. In 2006, Mike was appointed chair of the Commerce on Organization Study and Review to analyze the rules of the House Democratic Caucus and recommended changes. Prior to serving in Congress, Mike Capuano was the mayor of Somerville, Massachusetts for 8 years. So it's my great pleasure to introduce our speaker today, candidate for the United States Senate, Michael Capuano.
I want to congratulate all of you for being here. I know that pretty much everybody I know has other things they could be doing on a beautiful weekend day, and the fact that you're here tells me a lot about who you are and what you are. And I think what it tells me is that you care, is that you're active, that you understand this is an important election, that you understand that there are a lot of things at stake, and that it's important for you to figure out who the different candidates are and what they stand for and what the differences are. And so today, I'm just going to speak for a few minutes. I want to go right to the questions. I always prefer questions than speeches. But I do want to give you a little introduction about, you heard my resume to some extent, and that's important to know what I've done. But I think it's important to know what I stand for and what I do about that. See, I think this election is about philosophy and about commitment to that philosophy. And commitment, to me, is measured by what you've done. Now, the philosophy that I have, I presume you'll get a better idea of it during some of these questions. But the philosophy I have, I consider myself a progressive or a liberal Democrat, whichever term you feel comfortable with. I know that some people don't feel comfortable calling themselves liberal. I don't mind. I am. But I want to tell you something. I know what it means. Liberals sometimes, to some people, think it means I want to tax everybody. Well, I don't want to tax anybody, if you want the truth. It's not about taxes. It's about the issues I care about. It's about Social Security. It's about Medicare. It's about health care. It's about education. It's about public safety. And on and on and on. Those issues cost money. If you really want public education, you have to have teachers in the classroom. You should pay them well. That costs money. If you really want health care, you want educated doctors, you want educated nurses. You even want thoughtful people who clean the hospital so you won't get staph infections. That all costs money. If you want those things, you have to be willing to pay for them. I'm a former municipal official. There was no way we could print money. City of Somerville tried. You guys went to jail. You can't. You have to make the budget balance, just like we all do at home. Federal government can print money. I don't think it's that smart, unless it's necessary. So I'm a social liberal because I believe those programs are important, and I'm willing to ask you to pay for them, and me, as taxpayers. But I'm a fiscal conservative. What does that mean? Some people think fiscal conservative means slash taxes, I hate government. That's not it. A fiscal conservative is somebody who says, I won't spend any more money than I have. If you're not willing to pay taxes, the American public is not willing to pay taxes, then you can't have the programs. It's kind of simple. If you're willing to pay taxes, you can have programs. If not, you can't. That makes me a fiscal conservative. And I'm willing to tell you the truth. There is no free lunch, folks. On any issue you want, there's no free lunch. I know, as a former mayor, a former city councilor, I had everybody come in, and the libraries tell me to cut the police, and the police would tell me to cut the teachers, and the teachers would tell me to cut the firefighters, and the firefighters would tell me to cut the DPW. It's not unusual. I'm sure it happens in every one of your towns. But you can't do that. You don't want a full-blown town with no libraries. You don't want a full town with large classrooms. You want to be able to pay for it as best you can and know you're getting your dollar's worth. So that, to me, is who I am.